So do you guys ever get given shit by strangers when you're like talking to yourself, like you're thinking out loud, like going through a shopping list or something like that? Anybody ever come up to you and ask you what you're doing?
No, but I have a lazy eye, so I've had people before say to me, "What are you looking at?" And that's
I,
not
j-
cool.
I got to remember this line that Steven says. We haven't met him yet because we haven't started the episode, but he's like, what does he say? In order to find his equal, an Irishman must speak to God.
Yes. No, that we must converse with the Almighty.
Yeah.
Stephen is the best. Stephen is my favorite character in this movie. This is one of my favorite scenes in the movie. We'll get to it. It's like 2 or 3 minutes at the beginning where they're kind of eating in the woods, but God, it makes me laugh every
Yeah.
time. He's effervescent.
He's definitely a breath of fresh air into this movie. But is he
And
too much?
no, how dare you?
Okay.
Don't you?
Uh,
Did you just?
uh,
Are you
I'm
bad
just leading us
mouthing
into the episode. Is he too
Saint
much?
Stephen? Don't you dare! Don't you dare! Smart enough to get a dagger past your guards, old man. I just love him. I love him to death. All right, let's get into it. By the way, Rick's dressed like a monk. Hit it. Father, bless me before I go into battle on this day, a normal Scottish day where it's probably raining and boggy and gross.
Yes.
Please let my sword be swift, my axe be. Robin, we can't see your axe. You've got your background on, so your axe, like your sword, goes away. And
Just as good as the dark saber I showed last time.
Yep. And no matter what, allow me to kill as many English as possible with either a giant axe or a sword or a horse or a stick. In thy name be praised. Hallelujah. I'm Jonathan
I'm Rick.
and ready for battle.
And I am Robin.
That's right. We are talking today about Cut 4. It begins at 1 hour, 7 minutes, 27 seconds, goes all the way to 1 hour, 33 minutes even, beginning with soup and bread around the campfire and ending
Soup.
with
You know who made that soup?
our soup boy. It ends
definitely
with William Wallace,
Wallace.
bloody and crazed looking after the Battle of Stirling.
I mean, after the Battle of Stirling, he's basically wearing soup.
Yeah.
He's got
Yeah.
viscera and liquid all over him. Hey, hey, you get a knuckle bone in there, you got a stew going. Just
Man
know.
soup.
Man soup.
Yeah,
Yep.
you really you brought up an interesting point. Like I didn't even think about this, but young William was known for his cooking.
Mhm.
And so we didn't get the scene that came up to this, like going, okay, we need some potatoes. We need.
Oh, do you think they
gotta-
did like the magic thing with the rock? And they're like, I got a magic rock. If everybody brings one thing, maybe we can make a soup.
Oh, like stone soup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a real lack of appreciation from his comrade in arms.
Yeah.
Like
what
they're
the
all
hell?
they got all this hard bread and they're dipping it in the soup and they're eating and no raised eyebrows at all.
At no point does anyone pull an Argyle and go, good soup.
Good soup.
That's
Do you think any
bullshit.
of them are double dipping?
Oh, well, they're in their own bowls. You see, they each have their own bowls.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, this is the kind of place though where you would literally take your hand and put it into the boiling soup with your own hand, and like just burn your hand because you're like, I'm so hungry. I assume this is the olden times. I assume everyone is starving at all times.
Mhm.
No one's ever like satiated except for the foppish English.
You think the other guys are like sitting around nearby going, Jesus, I wish I got some stew.
Oh, I guess stew's only for the guys on the top of the call sheet. I see how it is.
No, they're sitting around their cauldrons and they're like, ours smells terrible. Why does theirs smell so good?
What did William put in his? Like, why is it so much better? He said something about rosemary. I don't even know what that is. See, I think that's what we're going to learn about William Wallace and his soup making. We got to keep up with this. We're halfway through this movie. This is
Yeah.
we are cut 4 of 8. So it is very important by the end of the movie we figure out what he's adding to the soup to make it so good. Does he keep a little like bouillon? Like, does he have little under his kilt. Ugh.
Yeah.
Does he keep
Yeah.
little baskets of bouillon for ready to go from his trips to France? I mean, has he brought back a bunch of spice? Is he Rick again? Another reference to a Mad Max thing. Is he like the women that carry the seeds in the bag in Fury Road? Are they like, does he like bring back shit from his travel? He's like, this is saffron. They're like, whoa, what the hell is this?
As I say, he went to so many different, like he went to Rome, he went to
Yeah.
France, he went God knows where else. Like he probably has like a little satchel, a little sachet full of all these like interesting spices and stuff like that. And he's probably got a little pouch of bouillon cubes that he keeps underneath his kilt, just percolating under there in that nice tepid environment.
I mean, we're at a time when if you ate even oregano,
Yeah.
it would blow your mind.
Especially if you smoked it.
No, Robin, not everything. You're not supposed to smoke every weed you see.
All right. All right.
All right. Okay.
Does Braveheart have a secret like side plot where really William is just working his way to like open up a place like the Bear or something?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well, that
chef.
was the
Yes,
original
I,
plan.
chef.
He was going to come back to his village. He was going to marry Murrin. He was going to
Yeah.
get the farm up and running, and then he could open up his restaurant.
Because if you've seen like those really nice restaurants they have in like France, they're all out in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Mhm.
And you have to like go to these farm to table places where they like, oh, we raised all the food that you're about to eat. This is a gastronomic adventure. Get ready. So yeah, that's what he's doing out here. He's basically just trying to he's trying to create he's elevating their food and by doing that he's finding out if he has like some potential sous chefs working underneath him. Like one guy can work on soups, one guy's on just vegetables. They got one guy who just polishes all the swords, and he's over there and he's like, I hate doing this. Why am I doing this? And they're like, you do it because this is what we do.
Yeah. Hamish is on pastries.
Yep.
Oh, Hamish is definitely on pastries. His father is more of like the old guy at the restaurant that just knows everybody, and like when you come in, he remembers your name, and he's a real he's probably his best right hand man, because now in a few minutes he's only going to be his right hand man. So
did Chef Wallace insist that these guys washed their hands before they sat around this stew pot?
Oh, probably. And also, and also, where'd the bread come from? Who made the bread? That's what I want to know. That's good.
At one point in this, I wouldn't say at one point in this, in the opening scene, there are women in amongst all of the partisans. Like they're probably the ones that are like cooking the bread and bringing it from like stoves. And
you don't notice them because they're all wearing hoods, but there are women with they got swords on their backs, like they're warrior women's. Mm-hmm. Which I don't think we see in the next cut at Sterling. Well, not in the cut, but the next scenes with Sterling. I don't think there are any women fight. Women's not fighting.
No, I think they're purely in a support role.
Gotcha. So this is like Robin Hood, where they kind of come out of the trees every once in a while, make their men some food, and go back into the trees and wait while they fight.
I mean, not to make it seem even more like Mel Gibson borrowed a bunch of aesthetic stuff from Robin Hood, but like they are kind of missing a main hideout.
Yeah, where's the Bat Cave? Where's the Brave Cave?
The Brave Cave.
Cave Heart.
I'm going to the Brave Cave.
Yeah. God.
All right. So basically they're sitting around eating, just talking.
Who's that fifth guy that's sitting between William and Hamish? Like it's just rando. Or is that the guy that came over in the last?
You mean Farmer McGregor?
Yeah, McGregor.
Was that McGregor?
Yeah,
McGregor from two shitty.
Two Glens over.
Rabbit meat.
Exactly.
The rabbit meat stew.
He's like, I took care of Briar. I took care of Velveteen Rabbit or whatever it is.
Brer Rabbit. Not Velveteen.
By the way, I watched Song of the South this year with my children.
TC Boo?
Holy shit. No, I don't think we have. They're not sword boys. Okay.
Okay.
There's a whole different horrible thing happening in that movie.
Are they whip boys?
No, there's no whips because remember this is after. This is post, supposedly. Remember when everybody's happy because they're free? Let's make a movie about the most horrible time 10 years after slavery was abolished. Anyway.
Yeah.
We're not there yet.
No.
So yeah, they're talking about the Northmen, the North are going to army of England is going
Yeah.
to fight against them. Okay, mounted cavalry. It's a huge problem.
It's shaking the earth.
Yeah, because it's such a fun, visceral thing to think about. That's what people that never ride horses would think
Mhm.
about 300 horses. By the way, I looked at this movie. There's not 300 horses. But anyway, they just can't count. They're idiots.
That's true.
Only William has any education whatsoever. He knows math and stuff. So he probably went out there and went, there's not 300 horses. There's like 100 horses, maybe 75 horses. It's fine.
Yeah.
So he's looking up at the trees and he kind of thinks, oh, well, we can make long poles. Argyle is basically he's kind of going back. I kind of wish there was a flashback to Argyle and him sitting around also eating soup. And he's like, boy, your soup's getting better. Also, mounted cavalry. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. They're sitting there formulating like, okay, what's our strategy going to be? Campbell is the one who's got, you were going to hit, run, hide the Highland way. And I mean, I know we only have like limited experience watching Highlanders do their thing, but I'm pretty sure the Highland way is you make a solid first movie, disappointing sequel, retcon the sequel for your third installment, use a TV show to fix your lore, then release a couple of more like direct-to-video movies, and then wait for Henry Cavill to come and reboot the series.
Yep.
The cavalry. Cavalry.
Cavalry.
Hey, I actually got something else from that. The Highland way is hit, run, and hide. And I realized, oh my God, hit it and quit it originated in Scotland.
We've heard of Irish goodbye. Is there a Scottish good hello? It's just hit it, quit it, run.
Yeah. You'll hide. Yeah. I guess the whole hiding part of it is purely Scottish.
Gotcha. Well, we're about to meet our first Irishman.
Well, hold on. The other thing is,
what do you mean,
I wanted to say that Campbell really grosses out his son in this scene.
Well, yeah, because he's talking about his giant crank. Yeah.
Yeah, it must be
and he's
really.
Like, your mom's telling stories about me. Like, don't talk. Oh, no.
I don't want to hear about your mom's giant crank, Robin.
Imagine being William Wallace and trying to formulate battle strategies. And the whole time you got Hamish making dick jokes on one side, and then his dad is yes-anding him. They're like the worst improv group ever. It's like,
but we gotta
get around the archers. We gotta form a phalanx and attack them from the rear. And then Hamish would be like, I'll take that rear flank. Campbell's like, I moved my phalanx around to your mother's rear flank the other night.
And then he stands up and he's like, give me a situation and a job and name a location. And everybody's like, you're a farmer and you're poor and it's Scotland. Okay, well, we'll go with that. Okay, here we are. Can you also give me a time of year? They're just doing a little short form improv. This, you're right. There's definitely a lack of these are idiots. They're good at fighting, but they may not be good at planning. So luckily, hey, best ideas come up on a full stomach. So they're eating their food.
Yeah.
I really wish there were other ideas being bandied about that are terrible while William Wallace is sitting there looking up at the trees. I really wish someone would be like, it's kind of like that scene from Monty Python from Holy Grail. It's like small rocks, they're just trying to come up with what else weighs the same as a witch, like gravy. I just want I want them just to be coming up with the worst shit ever.
We'll lure the English. We'll lure the English into the forest, and then we'll put one tree up here and another tree up here, and we'll have them swing down and smash the English between. And then we'll have I don't know, does anybody know any small furry creatures?
Well, I mean, that's them. They are the Ewoks of this movie. This is my chance to make a Buffy reference where at the end of season 3, they're like, they're thinking about ways to take down the big bad of the year, which is the mayor. And they're like, oh, that's a terrible idea. Does anybody else have any good ideas? And Seth Green's character, Oz, stands up. He's like, I say we attack the mayor with hummus. and they're like, what? And he's like, well, there's a worse idea right there.
Well, thank you, Robin. I'm sure the one person who listens to our podcast that also still cares about Buffy is very happy that you brought it up.
Buffy is a steak girl, so
she is a steak girl.
Well, speaking of people laying it on a little thick, we get some volunteers showing up to the camp. One guy named Fodrin like drops to his knees in front of William Wallace and presents arts and crafts as a peace offering.
He's like, my name is Fodron, and my wife made you this piece of shit rag. Enjoy. Thanks.
He's like, get off your knees. I'm not the Pope.
Didn't that look like it was made with like fleece? That whatever scarf. It's like that looked like it got pulled out of Old Navy.
I mean, you know, it's wool. Whatever it is, it's made of
everything's
wool.
going to be wool.
So it's awful. It probably feels terrible. Thanks. It'd be cool if the next day when they go to the battle, he's wearing it like Zorro. He's got it cut out with eye holes and he put it around his face. And everybody's like, is that William Wallace? What the hell is he wearing?
Who is that masked man?
I thought
he's
it was
like
William
scratching
Wallace.
W's into things.
A W and a 2.
Some guys brought a guitar, like a guitar up from Spain.
Yeah.
So yeah, we meet Phaedron, whatever his name is.
Fodron.
And then we meet Steven. Steven comes in, he just walks through them, gets a big swig of soup, and is like, I'll check, father. He's so great. And he basically just wants to know if he has the best reason to want, do I get to kill English if I fight for you?
Yeah.
And
he doesn't initially play well with others. He takes a bit of guff from Hamish and Campbell, and he ends up holding a knife against Campbell's neck, and like everybody pulls out a sword.
It was so good because I love even Braveheart. I'm calling Braveheart. Even Braveheart puts his sword up against his neck because he knows he can kind of. I think he's telling that he's not really a threat.
Right.
At least he doesn't seem like a threat.
He's just weird.
And he's like to answer the question, yes. If you fight for me, you get to kill English. And Steven's like, excellent. And he puts away his sword, just like his knife back into his shirt. It's like a branch or an antler. I can't tell exactly what it is.
I think it's just it's a pointed antler. Like he shaved it into a finer point than it already was.
A shiv.
Yeah, well, exactly. It's his antler shiv.
They're all on edge because they a moment before they thought Fodron was going to pull a gun.
Right.
He's like, we just ho.
Easy.
Allow me to whip this out. And everyone's like, no.
It would have been better
all the white women
instead of Fedrin going into his shirt, it would have been better if he'd stood there and just unclenched and the thing just fell out from his kilt. Like he's been holding on to this the whole time.
I held this scratchy piece of fabric in my ass. So I wasn't going to let the Viet Cong get it.
Yep.
Stephen is played by David O'Hara, who is Scottish.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. We got Scotsman playing Irish and
Irish ancestors, but yeah. That's the thing. There we got a Scotsman playing an Irishman, and then standing right next to him is Irish Brendan Gleeson playing Scotsman Hamish.
I like David his clothes too. I like that he's not wearing a kilt. I like that he's in kind of like more of like army garb of the year that if you weren't a Highlander or a Lowlander, it's kind of a nice change because everybody else is one sash over, big kilt, giant sword. Whereas Stephen carries this tiny little shield and this little sword. Like he's a sword boy, but he carries much smaller stuff.
He was in The Devil's Own. He was in Oliver Twist. He played Sykes in 1997's Oliver Twist. I was like, oh, he'd be a perfect Bill Sykes.
100%.
He was Albert Runcorn, one of the Ministry of Magic in the Deathly Hallows Part 1, Harry Potter. Yeah. He also played Fitz's dad in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And he also played a guy named Fitz in The Departed. And I guess he's in both Horizon movies. Not that those movies exist.
Oh, that's right. He is in The Departed. He's one of the scumbag guys that isn't part of the group anymore. That's right. He because I think he does an introduction for DiCaprio's character to the bad guy, to Jack Nicholson. But he's kind of like, yeah, that guy's a piece of shit. Like, don't ever fucking come in here again, kind of thing. So yeah, but then in the next scene, I mean, this is also these two scenes are my two favorites in the movie. Braveheart's out there doing his best. What's your face?
His best deer hunter impression.
Well, I was going to say more of the movie where I give tribute. I'll be tribute to the Hunger Games.
Hunger
The one
Games?
where
Katniss.
I was about to say the one where Christopher Walken is holding a gun up to his head.
Yeah. Wait, that's the same movie.
Yeah. So okay, William Wallace is in charge of this whole outfit. Why is he the one out hunting? He's probably got people to do this for him.
Bad delegation. As a leader, you gotta delegate shit like this. You cannot be the guy doing this. He goes after a deer, and we see Steven's been following him, but also other dudes been following him.
Yeah,
So
Fodrin.
It's like, oh no, someone's here to kill him, and we don't know which one it is.
But yeah, Steven does the thing that we just saw William do, which was hurl his gigantic sword through the air and impale the guy.
That, I will say, is not a sword. That is a knife. It's a big knife.
It's a long knife or a short sword. It
definitely beats. It definitely beats. Is it bigger than your forearm? I think it might be bigger than his forearm. So we have to give it to him as a sword, but it's not much of a sword.
Yeah, when it's sticking out of the guy's chest, that's the entire length of the sword. When Steven pulls it out, the tip is right by his bottom fist where he pulled the blade out of the dude's chest.
Oh, your mother's telling stories about me again. I remember the tip was right down by the bottom fist.
It's like a baby holding an apple.
I do appreciate how Steven's like, oh, God's sent me to protect you. And then as he runs off, William like looks up at the sky, and I'm waiting for like the Monty Python god to like say, yup, give him a thumbs up or something.
Or even like, I don't know, it wasn't me.
I was hoping it was more. You may see a god in the sky when you look up at it, but I always see the guy from Happy Gilmore and that alligator up in heaven. Chubbs, and the yeah. Oh well, I see Carl Weathers everywhere. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Hey, when there's a stoop going, I always think of Carl Weathers. So, yeah, he's like. Yeah, he's like, Steven's like, I didn't like him anyway. He wasn't right in the head. And he runs off. He just runs off. Like he's just gone.
This is, again, like, okay, so we skipped over the last part of the last scene where he says he's the most wanted man on his island.
That's right.
And his Ireland, it's mine. And it's like, you're a madman. He's like, I've come to the right place then. Then we go into the next scene. And Steven is the one that saves William. And then he gets to drop another zinger. And I'm like, all right. We're really piling this guy on now.
He's now our comic relief of the movie.
Yeah. So it is sunset, and Morrison and another dude, Stewart. We finally have Donald Gibson showing up here. Stewart here. Donald was in Maverick, Conspiracy Theory, and strangely enough, he voiced John Smith in Pocahontas 2.
Okay, so he's the little guy.
Yeah.
That's along with Scarface. Gotcha.
And apparently he sounds enough like Mel Gibson for Disney to be satisfied with that.
Yeah, it's the Tom Hanks and his brother with Ron Hanks or whatever his name is.
Ron Hanks. But the Englishmen are advancing on Stirling Castle.
Yeah.
But the Highlanders are coming.
The nice thing about
I'm so excited.
The nice thing about Morrison and that other guy is there may only be two of them, but they still count as several.
Yes. Yeah, they go several runners.
It's two guys.
Two guys.
Yeah.
Listen, Hamish isn't good with numbers.
No.
He's good with hammers.
There's this many.
And at this point in the cut, Campbell can still count to 10.
Mm-hmm.
Just keeping track.
Well, he can still count to 10. He just has to have someone else walk up next to him and put his hand up there. He's like, 5, come here. 6, 7, 8.
We do get a mention of Robert the Bruce, how him and the other nobles are not helping. So we hear mention of Robert the Bruce. We don't get any sort of stuff back in England. So really, this is all pure, like this is all Wallace stuff here throughout this entire cut. So
yep, Wallace to Wallace.
Wall to S
to Wallace.
Wallace.
But yeah,
does he look like a bitch?
But all of the forces are converging at Stirling, and so William is like, we're going to war.
I don't really appreciate that the first guy we see riding a horse up in Sterling is wearing the worst fucking wig I've ever seen. Out of every person you could have picked out of that, is he the only guy who could ride? Is that literally what happened? Because he rides up, and I'm like, oh, your wig is terrible. But he's got the three amigos here.
This is not an army. This is a collection of men who should be waging a war against their barbers. This is the greatest collection of terrible haircuts I've ever seen.
Greatest haircuts ever. There's one dude with just sideburns. He's my favorite of all of the ones, because you can tell they put like the real actors like kind of in front, but then behind it gets worse and worse as you go back in layers.
Oh yeah.
And there are some just dead eyeing the camera. There are some that don't know like when to react. Because I'm sure they're like, all right, now everyone kind of be like, you're mad because he just said this. And like half of them are like looking around. You're like, oh my God, this is definitely a bunch of extras. This is that group we talked about at the beginning of the movie. This is that group of, they do reenactments and also are just also Scotsmen and Irishmen that just want to fuck around and dress up, cosplayers.
Yeah.
I think though, at this point, we've gotten to a point where cosplayers, I would rather have cosplayers at this point. Like now you could get a better crowd. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Because when you see cosplayers, there's always usually a little bit they'll do. Like they have kind of a backstory. None of these guys have backstory. They have not studied Stanislavski or the actor prepares. They are not true actors. They just come in and just like, hey, someone paid me. I'm going to fucking wear this kilt. And every once in a while, I'm going to go, Gabra or something. I'm going to say that.
Yeah. They got paid $300 a week, and they regularly worked for 14-hour days.
Ooh,
and
that's not enough money.
With so many extras, especially for scenes like this, it took close to 4 hours to get everybody through costume and makeup before they could shoot something like this.
I mean, and also when you go back through it and you look at them, half of them are wearing wigs. Like some of them are wearing such bad wigs. They're literally like the hair sideways and there's like some braids in it. Like they definitely just fucking put this on. Fine.
Yeah.
We're at hour 3.5. We have got to get everybody ready.
They put some glue on their head and then they just started throwing locks of hair at them, and whatever stuck.
Yep. You're going to have a high taper fade. You, sir, are just going to have sideburns. Why am I only going to have sideburns? Look, there was a guy with a wig and the wig fit him better. And we have to give you the sideburns because we've already started the application. So, fine.
Now, I'm not good at identifying different tartans and stuff like that, but this is mostly made up of Highlanders. So I have to wonder if there's a contingent of Frasers or McLeods in this group.
There has to be, right?
You know, I'm sure the whale is in there somewhere.
They're in there. They're
Rick O'Connell.
Yeah.
Blast from the past.
We have some dissension in the ranks. There's a young guy talking to an older guy, and the older guy is actually billed as veteran. Is pretty famous. Is this Scottish actor Peter Mullen, who is in Shallow Grave, Trainspotting. He's another Deathly Hallows guy. He played a Death Eater. He did a great stint on Ozark. I remember him from that. And recently, you would see him in Rings of Power playing King Durin III. And he's also in the new, very infamous movie at this point called I Swear. He's also in that.
Okay.
He said, I mean, you won't know him as Durin because that is quite possibly the greatest makeup I've ever seen of dwarf makeup in TV. Every person that I'm like, there's no way I can know who the actor is underneath this mess. It's amazing.
Peter is quoted as saying, Braveheart was a real big deal. In our lifetime, we had never seen the Scots as the heroes. They were always the funny guys or the drunk or whatever.
So, okay. Yeah. That's cool.
He's happy to be here.
Yeah. He's good in this.
Unlike his character.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. His character. So what I'm thinking is, like, they're wearing armor. He and the little guy, who I kind of want to call Pee Wee Herman. Kind of looks like Paul Rubens. They to me, or Pauly Shore, Pauly Rubens. They seem to be wearing. I know they're all poor, but are they just above like abject poverty and are made because remember he's in charge of this group. So does that make him the clan leader or at least
they're not wearing
town leader?
they're not wearing any sort of like substantial metal armor. Like it's leather and probably like boiled
But
leather.
the other guys
like,
are wearing
patches on
fucking
it.
tartans. They're wearing their tartan and a shirt.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
everyone
I'm
else
just saying is like you probably it's probably not as expensive to get like the leather stuff that they're wearing as it is to get proper metal.
I mean, he has metal on his chest. He has half of it's in metal.
Yeah, I don't
Maybe
know.
he's like
I'm pretty
Mando
sure
and
that's
he's
still leather.
slowly.
I'm
Is
like
it?
It's like
I'm looking at the way like the subtle way it curls, like the
You
rivets
might
are
be
metal.
right. Yeah, you may be right.
But mostly it's
Hmm.
just like it's like a leather base with like extra leather little squares all over it. But yeah, most guys are just wearing shirts and kilts. So
right. And yeah, these are all poor people. This is one of the big problems is that like we're gonna die for these. I mean, we're just gonna end up working for a different guy.
mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
at 5 minutes and 35 seconds, I kind of enjoy this one guy because you'll see him a couple times when they're shooting arrows. Go to 5:35, and
Mhm.
you'll see a guy with a big red shield with a little flower, and it's kind of nice. And it's like, oh, he kind of
Yeah.
like Knight of the Seven Kingdoms did, and kind of gave himself a little. Also, he's the only guy that came to this prepared. He's like, I'm bringing the biggest fucking shield I can find.
Oh
I
yeah.
will stand behind it.
Everybody else has a shield this big, and I'm like,
If you're
dude,
gonna fight the English, you better bring the biggest fuck off shield that you can. Like
Yeah.
seriously, they're gonna be shooting arrows at your ass. You want to be under something solid.
In this shot to the left, there's a guy in like green and black stripes, and he's got white hair. Now he has a shield that probably won't do him very good. It might do well as a hat, maybe.
it would work for Paulie Rubens over there because he's a little guy. You give him
Mhm.
that shield, but this guy's
Yeah.
a big boy. You're not going to be like Hamish. You can't. Hamish could hide half of a haunch behind this thing. If you notice, when we get to that part of it, there's different ways that they use the shields, and we'll get to it when we get to it. But yeah, basically the Commodores don't want to fight so that the nobles can fucking parlay and get new shit because that's what they're going to do.
Mhm.
They're going to offer them land because they got shit tons of it. We're England. We got every piece of land we need. We'll give land to somebody else.
But then William and his buddies ride in. And
Well, we didn't
William
talk
is-
about the three guys, though. We got to talk about them
what three
first.
guys?
Yeah, we got Lachlan,
nobles.
Craig, and Mornay. We've
Oh,
already
okay, sorry.
met Craig and Mornay. We
Yes.
met them
Mhm.
back in Edinburgh. But Lachlan is the new guy with the long blonde hair.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Is it blonde? It's blonde or white? I don't know.
Blondish white. He's an older
Yeah.
dude, and he's kind of like in charge. He's got the very deep voice. He's kind of talking like this.
Mhm.
But yeah,
He's trying to get people to stay instead of like these soldiers. Like they got all dressed up, they marched all this way, and then they're just gonna like turn around and leave. It's like they don't appreciate the sunk cost fallacy of this operation.
no. Especially since you already got your sword out.
Yeah.
You already got your. I mean, because we know they're not allowed to have they're not allowed to have weapons by the British rule, by British law. So these are all tough dudes that like want to fuck some shit up.
Mhm.
They're like that guy when you go to a bar and you're like, that dude definitely wants to fight someone. Definitely wants. He's just
Yeah.
waiting.
Waiting
He's-
for an excuse.
Yeah, but there's a lot of sword boys. There are a lot of axe boys. There are a couple of pole boys. There's one guy who's just a stick boy. He's just got a stick. I love
Yeah.
that guy because it's like, yeah, I'm coming to the fight, and you're like, maybe you should have a sword. Oh, I got a stick. I can poke him.
But as a bunch of dudes are walking away, that's when William and his buddies ride up. And
Yeah.
I don't know, like, I don't know how it happened, but I feel like William Wallace, he kind of pulled an Ed Harris in Abyss. I think he like dropped his ring somewhere and he had to like pull it
Yeah.
out, and he got
And
all this
poo-poo
blue
water.
on his face.
Yep. Where'd they get that blue from? Is that one of the many spices that he brought back from overseas?
yeah.
It's like, I've got this amazing blue stuff that we can put on our faces. Why? Because it look weird.
We're gonna go down to the latrine. We're gonna scoop out the chemicals.
Ooh, a chemical. All right, this is called the chemical toilet.
Mhm.
The Romans have been working on this.
I do like how like each one of his cohort, they have a different design painted all over their face. I don't
Yeah.
think that Campbell made the right decision painting a literal crosshairs
Yeah,
on his
So,
head.
They don't know what crosshairs is yet, so don't worry about it. To him, it's a Celtic like cross. It's like
Yeah.
it's like because they're it's not one. like one of the points isn't longer than the other. It's just like a zero and a X through it. It's pretty easy. And then let's see, his son has kind of like a sneaky snake on his face. And then
I love
Braveheart,
Steven and his 3 slashes across the face. That's really cool.
As shit. And then Braveheart's got his, whatever he's going for, his half man.
Yeah. Well, Mel Gibson originally wanted to have the St. Andrew's cross on his face. But the custom makeup artist told him, nope, do the half face covering. And of course, it's very iconic at this point. And
now it is considered, it's one of those. If you have to tell someone what Braveheart is, that's the first picture they see. And this is the first speech. This is the speech everybody knows.
Mm-hmm. And everybody's like, oh my God, William Wallace. And then the one guy's like, it can't be, he's not tall enough. And that's because Wallace was 6'5" and Mel is 5'10".
Yeah, that's only a 7-inch discrepancy.
Yeah.
I do want to correct these guys. William is writing back. He's like, you've heard about, William Wallace. He's gonna shoot fireballs out of his eyes and launch lightning out of his ass. And it's like, no. That's backwards. You eat the lightning and then you crap the thunder.
Ah, right.
Mickey would not approve.
So yeah, Steven gets another moment where he's like, oh, the Almighty says this must be a fashionable fight. It's drawn the finest people. And okay, he's riding with the main guys because he saved William's life, right?
Oh, yeah.
This has been a long ride, probably over here. Is Steven irritating, like maybe even Campbell at this point?
No. Robin, I'm not going to take your bad mouthing of Steven. No one wants to hear it. We know you don't like watching.
Somebody's got another quip. Oh, here he goes again. We're all gonna die, but have your laugh.
If you don't laugh in the face of danger, what's the point?
That's true.
I'm more of I hope we're all Stevens when we have to fight the English.
Steven would be a podcaster, absolutely.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, God.
Like, hello everyone, I'm Steven, and I'm here with my co-host. Yes, Lord, I'll introduce you. I'm here with the Lord.
What do you want to say, Lord? I think you should go over. Oh, okay, Lord.
All right, Lord, I'll tell them about the mattress company that's sponsoring this episode.
I've not taken part of it, but I hear that Get Help or whatever it's called, not Get Help. What's it called? It's not.
Use the code Yes Lord for 10% off.
Get Help is what Thor and Loki play. That's their game they play. I think it's. Oh, I forget what the hell it is. Look, we don't have sponsors here.
No,
we want sponsors, but
our patrons are our sponsors.
That's true.
In order to get a proper sponsorship, we would probably have to reach out, and we don't like talking to strangers.
Look, at my other show, I reached out to Corona, and they were not interested in being a sponsor of my show. So, thanks, guys. But what would we get? Like swords, kilts? Like who on earth would be our DeWalt? I mean, like tools. Like what are we talking here?
Yeah, there's no
big
famous swords. Yeah,
it'd be hilarious. Like go to your sword store. Everyone has one.
Yeah.
All right, so they show up to hype up the crowd. This is like when you go to a basketball game and they got that hype squad there. The hype squad has arrived. That is what William Wallace and his fiends are.
Yeah. So William rides out and he's like, I see a whole army of my countrymen here in defiance of tyranny. You've come to fight as free men you are. And they're like, yeah, we want to go home. And he's like,
he's like, will you fight? And they're like, no.
He says, look, if you had one shot or one opportunity to seize everything you wanted in one moment, would you capture it or let it slip? And everyone's like, capture it.
Do not let your chance to go. Opportunity knocks once in a lifetime.
Look up on my kilt.
Bro.
Mother Spaghetti is already there.
Yeah, he does his little pep talk, and it kind of gets him going. And he says, what's the Golem Gabra? What does he say again?
Alba Gubra,
Alba Gubra, Jessica Alba
Scotland
Gubra.
forever.
Which means unlimited breadsticks.
Means Scotland forever.
Yeah, this is the moment of the movie, though. This is like when you talk about Braveheart, this is the image that people see in their mind is him on that horse. And I know there's a behind the scenes detail of every time he would yell, the horse would start running, and it just added to the scene.
Yeah, because if you watch his horse is like frantic. Yeah, he's a piece of shit. That horse doesn't know how to stay on his mark. He's more of an ad libber. Ugh. But yeah, he because later on when he rides up with the nobleman to talk to the whatever you want to call him, Chevron guy from the English, his horse, if you watch his horse, is like fucking with the other horses. I can't tell. They're obviously not in heat because they wouldn't allow that. But that horse is like getting really close to other horses. Like, yeah, what are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? Yeah, what are you gonna do? So obviously the horse is sensing either the literal balls that are sitting on it, or it just it just has been trained that when it acts when he acts.
Mm-hmm. Mel said I had to act crazy. I'm crazy. I'm crazy horse.
Oh yeah, I'm Crazy Horse, and I'm a new one. I'm your new. You never met me before. I'm Crazy Horse, and everyone says that when you got to speak to your equal, I'm speaking to the horse god above us. So he's just as crazy as Steven.
I wanted to be called Brave Horse, but it was kind of taken.
They tried to paint on my face, and it looks stupid.
Yeah, I was going to ask, like, when he's like riding back and forth and his hair is going into his face, I'm just like expecting like clumps of hair to be stuck to that paint.
Or like halfway through the speech, he has to like pull his hair out of his mouth.
Well, something does happen because when he showed up, there's not a scratch on his face in the blue paint. And then when he goes and talks to the English, there's a scratch on his face. And I was like where you can see skin underneath it, like it's kind of been marred by something. I was like, oh, I wonder what happened. I'm sure on the day. What? Yeah.
It was a horsefly.
Little bit itch.
Oh, yeah. He was like this. He's like, oh God. Well,
he's like, gosh, shit.
I'm not waiting any longer. Just don't tell anybody. I'm kind of in charge of this whole movie, so don't worry about it.
I don't want us to go by without saying the quote, which is, they may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom.
One thing I always forget about that line is that it's phrased as a question. He says, it's basically
trade all that. Yeah.
You know, you can go home, but like, would you trade all of the days you have after this for a chance to say
just one chance?
Exactly. Like I said, it's the beginning of Lose Yourself is what he's doing here, basically.
I know, and I'm, you hear Steven behind him going down.
Exactly. It's one of those things like, listen, we're only going to Animal Kingdom once. You've got to ride Expedition Everest because you're never going to get another chance.
Yep.
But some
that is a 2-hour park at best. My family runs through Animal Kingdom. It's like, fuck this place. It's hot. It sucks. The animals are boring. Let's go ride Everest, then go ride whatever the hell else there is now. Avatar, which we've never ridden.
Avatar was fun. I will say it was really cool. Anyway, doesn't matter. Are
they sword boys? Just say avatars aren't sword boys.
No, they're bow boys.
Bow boys, yeah. But yeah, Randall Wallace said about this speech, nobody really knows if William made a speech to the Scots before this big battle. Randall says, "I wrote what gave me goosebumps." But as a result, this line has become one of the most quoted and parodied.
And the music used with it is awesome. Like it's paired perfect.
Yes.
This is one of those perfect.
I was going to say.
The rest of this whole scene, this whole Sterling thing is amazing musically because it's kind of like, I don't want to equate this to Lawrence of Arabia, my favorite movie ever, but there are whole scenes in Lawrence of Arabia where there are fights and there's nothing but music. And this sets the tone for the entire, like the drums alone set the tone for what's going to happen. Go on though. I know you got more stuff.
No, that was actually the next thing I was going to say. Like James Horner is like they've unleashed him a little bit. They've given him like, we're going to have inspiring music before, as he's speaking, and it's kind of soaring, and it really kind of sells at the end, everybody like go, yeah, because, and that, and of course the big, end of this speech is kind of like everybody's rallied and ready to go.
Yep, they're rallied, and so basically, but we're still not at a fight. I mean, what's happened so far is these guys have come in. They said, "Hey, don't leave. We're gonna fuck these guys up." The lords are like, "We're still gonna go talk to them about treaties and truces and shit like that." So they go out riding, and you just see him go, "I'm going to pick a fight."
and he. The crazy eyes. He's constantly doing the crazy eyes. Like,
yeah. He's Martin Riggs. He's Martin Riggs in this
he's
scene.
Totally Martin Riggs. Especially, he kind of like, he does, yeah.
And he gets out there with them.
Express it auditorily, but
and he just rides around, like while they're talking, he just kind of rides his horse in between the English, just kind of looking at them, which is throwing the dude off. He's like, if you leave now, you'll get lands in Yorkshire and some other stuff. And then he just leans over. He's like, here to Scotland's terms. Why don't you stick it up your ass and then have someone kiss it and then come back around and kiss it again? And he's basically just telling them to go fuck themselves. Is all he's doing. Which in 1297, telling someone to bend over and kiss their own ass is going to cause them to want to fight.
Like I know that everybody was a bit more svelte back then, but I feel like you still need to have a modicum amount of flexibility in order to put your head between your legs and kiss your own ass.
Look, we've all tried. We've all tried.
He might need to pull a Marilyn Manson and remove a few ribs before he can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he basically evokes it. I love this snotty Lord have a name in the credits. The guy's like, how dare he? Like that guy. Does he have
Cheltenham, I think.
Yeah, because you've got the Chevron guy, and he's the emissary from the king, and then the other dude who ends up running away is like a local lord, I believe.
Oh yeah, he's definitely a prima nocta lord.
Yeah,
he's the kind of shit that comes in for that. So yeah, they say, how dare he? Get the archers, let's fight. And so what starts is like just kind of a quiet, like they're all just kind of standing there, and then one dude just is like, "Hey, here's my dick."
Yep, this is easily
and everybody like,
Jonathan. In the past, we've had most sword minutes. I think this is definitely plentiful penis moment
MD.
Here.
Plentiful
it's
penis.
Still most swords.
They're not longer than a forearm. So
right, exactly.
Those are daggers.
Speak for yourself.
It's a bold move.
That's what your mother said last
night. This is the PPM of this movie. This is oh my God! So many.
And the bagpipers are like, "Let's go!" And they start jamming from behind there.
Yeah,
I get to do the bagpipes.
I don't imagine that they wanted to invest the money to give these men prosthetics. No. So I want to say that these are probably all like legit.
I assume. Did anybody zoom in? I did not.
I didn't zoom in. I kind of kept my distance on this scene, but it did look like there was one guy doing a Buffalo Bill tuck.
Oh, nice. Well, because
I would think horses.
If you give me enough to drink, I'd probably do this too in a fight. I'd be like, yeah, here it is. Let's go.
It's a bold move to show up to a battle with nothing under your kilt, like nothing keeping the twig and berries from like going rogue somewhere.
Oh
like we're
God, I couldn't run around like that. My balls are so long; they just slap up again. They kill somebody up in front of me.
We're going to see later on. Steven is going to demonstrate why you don't necessarily want to leave that area, your body undefended. So
there's so many guys that did not understand the assignment when they started showing their balls, and they showed their dicks, then they show their asses, and this is when the arrows start. So we start with we're going to see this the rest of the movie. This is the beginning of this is how the English fight. They have little flags. They have a man on a horse. He rides around with a flag. The flag is for archers. And the archers all like everybody parts. The archers come out. The archers have little friends that help them. They're like archers' best friend, I guess, because these are the guys that like give them the arrows. I assume, right? Like,
Yeah, so the
I
English
almost said
longbow.
felchers. I meant fletchers, though, right? Felchers are not what they are, right? Felcher's a whole different person.
No, yeah.
You have a Fletcher who
Yeah.
comes out and like helps you out with your. They're the
Yeah.
ones who stand next to you and go, "Nice shot, Jensen." That kind of
Right.
people need that kind of positive reinforcement when they're working.
For people who haven't like looked into the history of like English weaponry, the longbowmen are legendary as far as English warfare is concerned. Like
Now,
there was one point in history
Are those
where like
longbows though?
those were longbows. Anything longer than 3 feet is a longbow. Typically, like your classic longbow is like 6 feet tall, so it's
Right.
massive. These are closer to like 4 or 5 feet.
Okay.
But a good English longbowman could shoot an arrow 2 football fields and hit their
Thank you for
target.
putting it in terms I understand. Thank
Exactly. I had to use freedom
What's a
units.
football field?
You mean soccer? Those fields are huge.
Hmm.
You mean traditional American football fields?
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
So 200 yards. How is that about how far we think they are? About 200 yards.
Oh yeah,
away?
because not all of the arrows are reaching the front line of the
Sure.
Scottish forces. A lot of them are hitting the ground in front of them, but
Mm-hmm.
a lot of dudes are getting taken out by arrows.
Yeah.
Okay, they show it twice because they obviously only had a certain couple of shots. They have one dude gets hit in the neck twice, and that other kid gets hit in the leg twice. So if you watch it
Oh,
real
really?
closely, you'll see him get hit the first time, and then the second volley, same two guys get hit. It's from a different angle, so I don't know if they had two cameras on them at once, and they just went, "Well, we can use the
Yeah.
other one." And it's such a quick shot, no one's going to notice. This whole scene is incredibly quick shots.
Yeah.
Because if you watch in the background, these extras are bad. They're bad at fighting. They're bad at keeping in character. They're bad at continuing fighting. Like you'll watch near the end, you'll see the guy, not the guy in the sunglasses, but you will see a guy at the end of the fight when they're who's the guy on the horse who runs up to him? He's one of the three lords.
I can never keep them straight because they're always together.
I know.
I think it's Craig. Is Craig?
His name's Craig. I don't want his first name. I want his
It's
last name.
Lachlan, Craig,
You
and
know
Mornay.
Craig.
Yeah, Craig.
No,
Craig is
Mornay
the guy in the middle.
is
He's the
guy
ugly
with the
dude.
beard.
Yeah,
The
I
ugly
think
dude.
because I think it's Mornay
He,
that doesn't.
when he comes up to William Wallace at the end of this battle, when they've met in the middle, if you look in the background, there's a guy who's dressed as a British soldier, and he goes to do a sword, and he just kind of stops because the other guy's not ready.
Yeah.
And the fight's obviously they're trying to wind down the fight, but if you watch, it's literally two guys going, like they're not like this is not how it would end. Because he's literally the last English guy standing, basically. How come the Scottish didn't have bows
I mean,
and arrows?
I think it's the cost of making arrows.
Braveheart in the scene right before this had a bow and arrow.
Yeah, but
They
that
have
was for
nothing but
hunting.
time on their hands, Rick.
And it was a short bow.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, listen, the English could have shot so many more volleys of arrows, but they only shot 2 because, arrows are expensive. And as soon as the second volley is done, that's where we see William jump up and he tells Mornay, leave, and they see the horses riding away. They're like, oh, look, part of their army is running away.
Because we've learned that's what
Good for us.
he says to them right as the English leave after he insults them. He's like, let them see you leave and then flank them.
Yeah.
And I'm amazed that they know what flanking is. So I'm impressed by that. Just means you're coming in from the other side, from the side.
I do want to point out, as we see them recovering from these arrow attacks, you do see the bundled up pikes that they made out of all the fallen trees and stuff like that. Because as the cavalry is charging towards the army, the pikes seem to materialize out of nowhere. And I want to remind everybody that they did bring the pikes with them. They were
we
wrapped
saw
in
them earlier.
fabric.
They were all wrapped up. They were all wrapped up in cloth. Where they got that much cloth, I'll never know. But
some guys running around without a kilt because they were using
it's like,
pikes.
you used my kilt to carry the stuff. That's why the kilt's made out of so much material. You can kind of take it off, whip it around. Like when you see those guys that are professionals that carry fridges and they have those things they wrap around it and they just kind of two guys effortlessly pick up a 500-pound fridge. And you're like,
Oh yeah.
And you're like, oh, okay, that makes sense. So yeah, these guys, this is all about fulcrums and stuff. So the whole point of this is they're going to take these giant sticks, plant them. They've planted them probably in the ground. We don't actually see them, or some dude standing on it, and they're going to raise them at the last second and impale
Yeah.
all these horses, which is
Yeah.
awesome.
Like that's standard pike procedure. I was watching a video on YouTube the other day about with a historical reenactor, and he's like, "Okay, this is my pike. It's like 10 feet long, and basically what you do is you plant
There are
one
many
end
like
in the
it,
ground.
but this is mine.
You'd plant one end in the ground, you'd anchor it with your foot, and then you'd lean like forward at a certain angle, and that holds the spear like pretty much at chest height for a horse.
Hey,
And then as
God
the
damn it.
cavalry is charging, you're just going to skewer these bastards as they get to you.
Well, I'll
Yeah.
tell you, this whole goddamn scene started off. Mel just jumps off my back, and what's he do? He just slaps me, and I ran off. I said, I'm not fighting this battle.
I gotta go hang out with Braveheart. He's an asshole. Making quips all the time, trying to be funny.
Oh God! Oh, speaking of, fucking arrows, and then another arrow, and it comes through William's shield, and of course he's sitting right next to the comic relief, and Steven's like, "The Lord says he can get me through this mess, but he's pretty sure you're fucked." And then they're like staring at each other, and then it's like, ha 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 ha, ha, for extra effect.
Robin,
Is
it's
this
kind of
enough?
like Robin. It's kind of like when someone laughs at their own jokes.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's so great. You're right. Actually,
You're right.
Steven's
You're right.
awesome.
I'm back around on Steven. Steven's awesome.
Steven's amazing.
Steven's
amazing.
fantastic.
I will say they were missing one vital member of this army though, because Braveheart's like, I wish. Braveheart's like, hold, and we needed Jar Jar to be standing nearby, going steady.
We did not need Jar Jar.
We needed Jar Jar.
You know what? It could have been worse. He could have made a Wilson Phillips joke.
Oh well, you have to hold on for one more day for that.
Yeah.
For that.
So they hold, and this is one of the two scenes in this cut where you're kind of like, how do they film this? Like those horses, I know they're not barreling down on them really, but God damn, it looks good when they come through. And I know that there's also like, there's a little bit of CG blood that they kind of do with the sticks because they can't have the sticks anywhere. They can't have real sticks. I mean, if they're anything, they're probably rubber.
Yeah. This movie was investigated by an animal welfare organization. They were convinced that the fake horses that they used, fake ones, were real. They provided videotaped footage of the shooting that convinced them otherwise. But yeah, the mechanical horses designed for the battle sequences weighed 200 pounds and were fueled by nitrogen cylinders propelling them at 30 miles per hour on 20-foot tracks.
Okay.
You know who likes nitrous. There's a special kind of horse. I'm a special kind of horse. I believe in family.
Are you saying they gave these horses NOS?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, they did.
Yeah. That's why after the battle, Vin Diesel came up. He's like, "Oh, Braveheart, you crazy bastard. You owe me a 10-second horse."
Yep. Your granny shifting your horse the whole way through. Yeah, they come. I mean, this is well edited. This is really well done. I know these are stunt horses, and I'm sure the people that are closest are also horse wranglers because the way that the horse falls into the crowds, you can tell the crowds are a little bit. It's further back, but they've shot it where you think that the crowd is closer to the horse when it falls. So there's at least 3 or 4 trained horses. They're just falling over, like that's their like with the rider kind of being like, oh
Yeah.
But the guy who's falling over, it's really well done. And I know what you're talking about. The ones that are fake, you can't tell they're fake.
Yeah,
The way they cut it, I couldn't tell the fake ones.
Yeah, I guess Mel really took a lot of action techniques from working with George Miller. A lot of the like something real violent happens and then you're immediately cutting away. And then I guess he really, he also worked with Peter Weir, and that's where he kind of based a lot of his nice scenic shots.
It's not bad.
Tips from them. Yeah.
So yeah, they start, William Wallace comes in. At first, I was confused because William Wallace has a hatchet at first, and it's more like a pickaxe, and he sticks it in the first Englishman's head and kind of
like a can opener, like a literal can opener.
Yeah, he literally can opens that dude's head. And then the next thing you know, he's dropped the axe and he's got his giant broadsword. And we're really sword boys in our way through this.
The sharpest broadsword ever, able to cut through armor.
They all kind of start because they see the other ones are running at them now. Because Lord Fuckwad is like Lord Fuckwad's like, send everybody. So they send all their men and they just start running across the field. And that's when you never want to go up against 500 Scotsmen and run toward them because they're just like, fuck yes. And they all pull out their giant swords like, fuck yeah. They all start running. It was so good. This is the second part that scared me when they came in contact with each other.
I would not be one of the guys running to the center of the battlefield because I don't want to be winded when I get there and have to start fighting. I don't want to be like
so far.
Guys, just give me
give me a minute.
If it helps, Rick, if it helps, they're not soft boys like us. Fuck those guys. Fuck the soft boys. They run everywhere already because they don't have horses, so they probably have pretty good cardio.
Mm.
They can handle running it's only 100 yards at full speed.
Yeah,
so
that's
sure
only like a
fine.
football field.
Yeah, no problem. And when they clash, I was like, how did you switch out I assume every guy has a fake sword. Because I was like, I can't imagine letting these fucking day workers have real, not even real, but just like metal swords.
Yeah.
And they come running at you at full speed and they're just like hitting each other. Like half of them bounce into each other. Another half are just kind of throwing, obviously they had like different waves that they wanted to do different things. They're like, all right, you're going to run in here. And when you run in, you're going to do this. But when you run in, you're just going to run through the scene. Like I want you running past the camera. Because that would be me. I don't want to fight the first guy I see. I want options, Robin. Robin, you don't fight the first person you see.
You got to be choosy, honestly.
Well, the guy in the front's insane. The guys in front are insane. You don't want to fight those guys. You want to run directly through them and get to the cowards in the back. That's what I want.
God, yeah. Wallace, you run right by him. I'm good. Why would nobody fight me?
Man, there are some amazing shots in this fight. I do want to call out how Steven grabs the guy by the shoulder, puts his sword between the dude's legs, and then lifts up to cut. And I'm like, Steven, you don't have to do him dirty like that. But that is like one of the quick shots after the dude who takes a hammer and smashes down on an English helmet and blood shoots out from the bottom of the helmet.
I want to talk about this guy. I'm a sword boy through and through, as you all know. Hammer guy is fucking great. Because you know what you're not expecting? A fucking hammer. All you're expecting is getting poked or slashed. You don't expect some guy coming in and like literally hitting you in the dome.
Like whack-a-mole. Like literal whack-a-mole.
He's Gallagher. He's just blowing up. He's blowing up melons left and right. I love that guy. I don't even know who he is. He's not one of the main guys. He's not one of our guys. I kind of thought like Amish should have he seems more like a hammer guy, but he's not.
Well, that guy's name is Mick Hammer, otherwise known as MC Hammer.
Yeah. I'm from the clan McHammer.
I will say I'm a sword boy through and through as well. But gosh, this like smashing into each other, having all this, like it's basically like now a mosh pit for a little bit. I would rather something that I can just do short range really quick. Hammer would be great. A small axe would also be great. Daggers. I don't know if I'd want a big old broadsword.
This is for one of our many listeners, George. A shout out about best hammer is from that horrible Alita Battle Angel movie. That what's
Big
his
Eyes?
face? What?
Big Eyes?
Yeah. Big Eyes, not Big Eyes, but what's his name? He's the famous guy. He's German.
Oh, Christoph Waltz.
Christoph Waltz's character has a hammer that is powered by jets on the back. So when he hits you, he's not only hitting you, he's hitting you with a jet hammer.
Yeah.
Jet Hammer is fucking cool as shit. So
Yeah.
this has been my hammer talk in Sword Boys, just so you know.
Yeah.
I am a
Hammer
fan of
time
the
is
hammer.
over.
I'm a fan of the hammer, I think, because I'm a bit of a bog slasher myself. I
Yeah.
know that I'm not a bog hacker. I'm not going to come in there with finesse with a long sword. But if you give me a hammer, I can just kind of like spin it around and hit people with it. And hopefully, if it finds me worthy, it'll come back to me if I lose it. So, yeah, bit of a hammer boy today. It's a really well done fight. It lasts, I mean, it's a good 3-minute fight.
Mm.
There's a lot of killing. Did I notice there's one priest helping a guy like with him on his back? Isn't
There's
there
multiple
another
priests
priest?
that are dragging guys off of the battlefield.
Are any of the priests stabbing anybody?
Oh,
Because
no,
sometimes
never.
This ain't
because
Highlander.
sometimes they'll do that too, like at the end, like to be merciful. Like at the end, just kind of walk by and be like, bleh.
Yeah.
No, I think if a priest were to end you rightly, he'd probably bonk you on the head with a mace or something like that. There was a Vatican rule about clergy not carrying blades.
Is this the first time? Because in the other movie, in Highlander, there was a priest, and I think he fought.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's he like killed somebody and then he did a little cross. Or
Yeah.
he kept going on.
He kind of did it like Three Musketeers,
Yeah.
like Aramis, or at one point did that. Because I was wondering, I was like, okay, so this is in this are priests basically safe, mostly, other than accidentally being killed at this time.
Yeah, I mean they did a lot of blessing right before the battle. That's helpful.
1297. Are they allowed to like run through the field and like help people that are hurt, or do you think an Englishman can walk up behind him and kill the priest? Is that considered bad juju?
Englishmen are gonna do what Englishmen always do, but
they're still religious. They're all religious. They're all Catholics.
I think the priests were allowed to be on the battlefield helping people out as long as they didn't get too in the way. Like
I would
you're
be
putting
Rick.
yourself in the line of fire is what I'm saying.
I would be Brother Rick. I would put on a hassock and just walk around. A cassock and just walk around like, oh no, I'm a priest. I'm a priest. And then like, and stab them. They're like, no.
You'd be dressed as a priest, but then people would notice your really fancy boots and the black mask across your eyes. And you're like, Zorro.
Is that mask made out of that thing that guy gave you back in the woods?
I'm assuming, these priests are walking around and like they're getting attacked. And they're like, hey, I'm a priest. I'm a priest. I'm like, oh, I didn't see your cross there. And they're like talking to their other priest buddies, like, what if we made these crosses like, I don't know, like stand out, like maybe like red. That way we won't get attacked and we can
like
help
red
people.
crosses. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. And we'll just help people.
Yeah.
It'll be great.
This battle took 6 weeks to film.
I don't doubt it.
90 plus hours were shot. It took 3 weeks to edit. Yeah. So,
and I love how many phases it has. That's another great thing about it. You got the arrow phase, you got the cavalry phase, you got the infantry phase, you got second cavalry phase where they fight the archers. It's very dynamic.
Now, I honestly preferred their Midnight's era, but
I don't know what that means.
It's a dumb Taylor Swift joke.
So
gotcha.
Cheltenham,
I like Tay-Tay.
Cheltenham charges William, and William immediately kills the goddamn horse, and then
chops his head off,
beheads him, and then we see William filled with the quickening, and the rest of the English are murdered by the bolts of lightning shooting out of his arse.
Awesome.
I love it when he made good on that part. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the sharpest broadsword I've ever seen. He hacks off his head, just one swipe, no problem.
Yeah. Yep. And that dude, he was emissary of the king. He was wearing good armor, and that sword just right through it. Head clean off.
And that's when Lord Fuckwad calls for retreat.
It's like,
and
turns around, runs away.
Run away. Yep. And so this is their first kind of victory. And then when you look at it first, and it's talking about Crazy Eyes, he's got him in this scene.
Oh yeah, Mornay rides up to William, and William's in the middle of like a murder spree, and you just see his kill count. He's got to keep that that multiplier going, and then Mornay shows up, and he's like, "We're done. They're routed."
If you look in the background, there's an elf running by going 16.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I gotta get another one. So
it was weird. He couldn't slow down. He was glowing, and you could hear in the background. Dun, 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 dun.
He stands up on like this little hill, kind of surveys his men. By the way,
Yes.
a lot of his guys are dead. A lot of that's not all English.
Right. There's a lot
So
of
glad
death
you
on
saved
both
us all.
sides.
Wow, thanks, Braveheart. Now
Thanks.
we are all dead. And yeah, and he just kind of lets out a visceral like, ah.
James Horner is again unleashed. Just the score is just booming, and he shoves his sword in the ground. And there's a little bit of a wobble to that sword.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that sword's got a wiggle. It's the sword of destiny, guys.
Yeah.
Just keep that in mind. That is foreshadowing.
Hey guys, did you know this wasn't historically correct?
Yes.
I was saying, Robin, I have a feeling that you're going to tell us all the ways that the Battle of Stirling in this movie is not the same as the Battle of Stirling in history.
This was actually based on the Battle of Stirling Bridge.
Well, there's no bridges here.
Yeah. Scottish lured the English onto a field that was largely enclosed by the River Forth and was only accessible from the south by a small bridge that barely allowed two horses walking side by side. The Scottish hit around the northern bank.
Like? By the way, Robin, what does two horses walking side by side sound like?
Hey, what are you doing? I'm doing
horses.
Good. Oh,
two horses facing each other.
I thought they were just having a conversation. So the Scottish hit around the northern bank, and so the significant part of the English army crossed, and then they attacked. These soldiers and horsemen couldn't escape the battle due to the river, and the remaining part of the army on the southern bank could do nothing but watch as their vanguard was being decimated. When Mel Gibson was asked by a local why the Battle of Stirling Bridge was filmed on an open plain, he answered, "The bridge got in the way." And then the local answered, according to this, that's what the English found.
Yeah. And then you had that one guy who was like, "Hey, Wallace, looks like I've got all the horses." And he's like, "Hey, looks like you're on the wrong side of the river."
Yeah. And completely missing is Andrew DeMore, the real life lieutenant of William Wallace. He was big part of helping Wallace to defeat the English at this Battle of the Stirling Bridge. And DeMore was named Guardian of Scotland with Wallace, but soon succumbed to injuries he'd sustained during the battle. So
it's almost like Hamish and his father kind of are that character. Like Hamish doesn't get hurt the whole movie,
right?
And his dad is just the punching bag for every fight. We didn't even talk about it. His dad.
Yeah. Can we check in?
Yeah,
is Campbell okay, guys?
Campbell sustained an injury during this fight, but it's okay. He's all right now.
If it helps, there's a little Campbell soup left on that field.
Yeah, you could say he left a bit of himself on the battlefield.
Yep, his left hand. His left hand was cut off by like the worst fighter ever. I'm gonna cut this guy's hand off. That's
like how much of a bastard you have to be. You're on the battlefield and you're just looking for people who recently got knocked down so you could cheap shot them. Come on,
that's me, by the way. With my hammer, I'm gonna fuck you up. If you're on the ground and you're fair game, I'm gonna play polo and cricket with your head. It's gonna be awesome.
Like proper polo, not Californian polo. If you've been on our Patreon recently,
and that's where this scene ends. I mean, it's a really well done fight. Well done, well done, William.
I was expecting credits at the end of this.
I know, right?
No.
This would be a great end battle.
Remember, this is exactly halfway through the movie. So if you go to the exact end of this part and the exact end of the movie, it's the same scene.
Mm-hmm.
It's a wiggling sword in the ground. So yeah, well done on it. Bookmarks. You bookmarked the whole thing. I'm telling you, man, Mel Gibson, he's great. We love him here. He's such a great guy. I mean, such a good director.
Can do no wrong.
A Donald Gibson guy.
Do no wrong.
I like Steven more than Mel Gibson.
Oh, wow. That's saying something. Well, I'm glad you've come around on Steven and his shitty jokes. I bet he writes it all down too. Let me check. Let me check, Lord, my book.
Oh, you're reaching inside your shirt there. It's just me notes. I've got 10 pages here.
Smart
This
enough
is
to-
about Sword of Destiny. I don't need your shite.
Smart enough to get a dream journal past your guards, old man. So
This-
yeah,
This is my
Dream
burn
journal.
book. I'm burning.
burn
This is why I
book.
was kicked off of my island. They found my burn book.
well, as you all know, because I could tell you were doing a little improv before I showed up. I too am a writer, so I'll write some of your improv if that helps. We
Let's
can maybe
just
do a
say
play.
I called the wrong person a fugly slut.
Yep. So yeah, now the gang's all together. They've had their first win, so nothing but goodness can happen after this. I can't wait. I can't wait to say. Meanwhile, in England,
Yeah.
I can't wait to find out what happens next.
Yeah. Everybody's riding high off this victory, and we hope you too are, listeners. So be sure to stay tuned because next time, William receives his knighthood and decides to invade England to get away from the squabbling nobles. Robert the Bruce tries to excuse inaction, but there's no time for talk when York is ripe for the taking. Despite the best efforts of the English defenders, the city falls and Longshanks is forced to return from France to take over for his ineffective son and his useless advisors. After a visit from Murren's ghost, William is awoken to news of a royal envoy approaching. Will William Wallace survive his audience with Princess Isabel? There's no turning back in Cut 5 of Braveheart.
Well, if we're at this part in the movie, when is the archery tournament where he dresses up like a stork? Because I assume that's coming soon, right?
Well, Murren has to get kidnapped by the sheriff of Nottingham.
Okay.
That has to happen first.
Every town has its ups and downs. Oh, so sexy. Would they have been sexy if they wore kilts? I don't know. Is a fox sexy in a kilt? Don't know. I assume so.
Probably.
I'm pretty sure Robin Hood doesn't wear pants in that movie. He just wears
No.
a shirt.
No, he's got his little tunic and it's got like a little skirt at the bottom.
Mhm.
But no, he can't wear the pants because the tail's going to be sticking out.
Of course. Everyone knows
Or
this.
his hog.
It's his giant Scottish hog. Wow. All right. Well, good. I'm glad we got through this.
He is red haired. I don't know. Could
He is
be.
red hair.
We
Well,
can make this work.
So yeah, I'm excited for next week because I don't remember exactly what part 5 is. So this should be good.
Yeah, we've gotten the initial huge battle. It's going to be like a series of smaller skirmishes along the way until we get another huge battle. I think somewhere around like cut 6 or 7.
6, 7
of those. I'm not quite sure.
We're over that already. We've moved on from that as a people.
Yeah. But in the meantime, listeners, we hope you're checking out our Patreon. We've got another TC Boo Next Time episode coming up next week. You've probably already listened to our coverage of Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, The Sword of Destiny. That came out last Tuesday. Listeners, if you're not on our Patreon, you're missing out on like 100% more content than you are already getting.
I don't know, Rick. They may take our free podcast, but there doesn't seem like they're ever going to take our Patreon.
I don't know.
We want them to.
Can you
They're
imagine
not
living
getting
the rest of
sponsored
your
by
life
sword
from this,
companies.
from this day to the day you die and not have the Patreon?
You got just one chance to
Yeah,
join
just
us.
one chance.
Just one chance.
No, that's not true. You have many chances. You can listen to it anytime you want.
Mm-hmm.
It has
Yeah.
definitely a robust back catalog, so enjoy that. So I guess the only thing to say is see you in 2 weeks, baby.
Yeah, sure.
Cling, clang!
Click like.
Where do you think you're going?
I'm going with you.